The war has returned.
The sinister structure behind us will house a bone-rattling spectacle. Welcome to NXT TakeOver War Games.
Tonight, battle lines have been drawn.
These teams will be in 2 rings, in 1 cage, in War Games.
Will there be retribution for stolen valor?
Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke help Shayna Baszler win the NXT Women's Championship.
Will treachery continue to stand?
Oh! That's Johnny Gargano!
I'm right here.
Can propaganda become a promise?
The people don't want a bunch of complaining at War Games. The people want at War Games is an experience.
I will be the guy that turns the dream into a nightmare.
In the midst of all this chaos, opportunity still reigns.
The war is here.
Oh my God! Whoa! All hell is broken loose!
It's the War Raiders. It's Ricochet.
Can you imagine?
It's Pete Dunne.
All these 8 men locked inside of that War Games structure. There is nobody in NXT or all of WWE who can handle War Games like the Undisputed Era can.
How many times am I gonna have to beat down Kairi Sane before you people start to realize how insignificant she is?
Shayna Baszler, me and you. 2 out of 3 falls. My treasure is coming back.
Why, Johnny, why? Alistair, you got in the way.
Johnny let the devil consume him.
I know exactly who I am. I'm the good guy.
Johnny Gargano now is a fallacy.
That's the same spot I left you laying. Take over War Games, I leave you laying again.
I'm going to expose you for the fraud that you really are.
This is Poetic.
A takeover War Games.
Los Angeles, Hollywood. The ultimate spotlight is the NXT Championship.
You get one opportunity to step into my spotlight.
She'll be on my way, shining brighter than ever.
Your experience ends. The Ciampa legacy continues.
Los Angeles better brace itself for a seismic shift inside War Games. The score will be settled at TakeOver.
Let the War Games begin. And now, League of Legends presents NXT TakeOver War Games 2.
The Staples Center in Los Angeles is playing host to what has become an NXT staple. Instant classic takeover events. Tonight we furnish the black and gold brand's rep for delivering the hottest action in sports entertainment with TakeOver War Games 2. The most hostile environment in NXT will house 8 gladiators who will weave a tapestry of terror inside the soul-stealing structure containing 2 rings and the unforgettable chaos to come. Hello there, I'm Mauro Ranallo alongside Percy Watson and Nigel McGuinness. Nigel, this past week we lost pop culture icon Stan Lee. It's only fitting that tonight we bring NXT's version of the Fantastic Four to the masses. It's a quartet of combustible confrontations culminating with War Games.
Well, that's right, and if last time we saw these 8 superstars get their hands on each other, it's anything to go by. War Games is going to be NXT's Infinity War.
You always hear how brutal and physical these War Games matches are, and you don't just win. What? You don't just win War Games, you survive them.
Well, he's not on our format. We saw him on the pre-show, but the Pro Show isn't supposed to stream on the WWE Network until Wednesday when he faces Cassius Ohno. The self-proclaimed king of bros, the, quote, shiny new toy, close quote, from Cassius Ohno, who, guys, let's face it, Ohno, a 2-decade veteran, a Mensa-level ring IQ, getting fed up with being, well, looked over at the expense of superstars like Matt Riddle, and Matt Riddle making the seamless transition from MMA to sports entertainment. He is as blue chip a prospect in NXT as they come.
Well, that's part of it. When Cassius Ohno first stepped on the scene here at NXT, he went right to the top, gunning for the top spot. Challenged Bobby Roode, challenged Shinsuke Nakamura, and he went to challenge this man right here, Matt Riddle, to see if he would step up to the challenge.
Bro. So, I'm not scheduled to have a match tonight on TakeOver. But if you watch the kickoff show, a certain someone, a certain Cassius Ohno interrupted me. Now, we're scheduled to wrestle next Wednesday on NXT, but we're chilling in LA. We got a ring, we got 2 rings down here, and I'll knock you out in both of them, bro.
What appears Cassius Ohno has answered the challenge.
Riddle, you are too stupid to know you're not supposed to be out here right now. And you're too stupid to know that you're not ready for TakeOver. So we got a referee. Hey, ref, ring the bell. Let's have ourselves a match. And Matt, I hope you enjoy this moment because you're not going to be able to remember it after I knock you out, bro.
You never know what's going to happen here at TakeOver. An unpredictable start to the card. Cassius Ohno on the pre-show said he was going to expose Riddle in 1 second flat. Instead, Riddle hits him with the final flash. It's over in a flash. Oh my God!
Was that official?
The winner, Matt Riddle.
Yes, it was official. The bell rang, and then Matt Riddle rang Cassius Ohno's bell.
Cassius Ohno said he wasn't ready. Matt Riddle looks ready to me.
Cassius Ohno can't believe what had just happened.
Remember, during the pre-show, Ohno said that when he steps into the ring with Riddle, he's going to expose him in 1 second flat. Well, it was Riddle who did just that in a match that lasted about as long as a Hollywood marriage. Wow!
Ohno coming in, catching the knee right on the jaw, out cold.
Riddle me this, King of Bros. How impressive was that?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I have to give it a 10. Look at this right here.
Look at Ohno in the back, can barely stand.
Ohno said he wanted to see if Riddle would step up, man. This man stepped up in a huge way here tonight.
The knockout artist just got knocked out.
Cassius Ohno can't believe what just transpired. The veteran gets vanquished. Well, in the time that it takes for you to post an Instagram story, Nigel, what a lightning quick victory for the ultra impressive Matt Riddle.
Incredible. Riddle came out it, created his own opportunity, and then he took it.
I mean, the bell was still ringing when Cassius Ohno was on his way down to the mat.
Now, according to the format, we're going to get back to regularly scheduled programming. And Percy, you talk about a historic matchup. The first ever 2-time NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler. Well, her epic rivalry with Kairi Sane continues in the first ever 2 out of 3 NXT Women's Championship match.
Well, Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler have been battling since the finals of last year's Mae Young Classic. But I think tonight, the final chapter of that book is getting written right in front of us.
Kairi Sane says that she will retrieve her treasure tonight, and what a rivalry for the ages between the Pirate Princess and the Submission Magician. And of course, at WWE's first ever all-female pay-per-view Evolution, Sane lost the title to Shayna Baszler, but with the help of Baszler's friends.
You could say there were extenuating circumstances. Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir were at ringside and provided somewhat of a distraction.
Hold on, what you mean it cost Sane the title? What are you talking about, Nigel?
Unfortunately for Kairi Sane, her title reign, the shortest in NXT women's division, but she is focused. She is ready to once again get on course and navigate the turbulent waters. That's Baszler Bay.
4 matches between these superstars thus far. 2-2 so far. Who will take the rubber match? Who will leave TakeOver War Games as the NXT Women's Champion? Sane certainly looks nonplussed. She looks focused, confident. Here comes her opponent, the gladiator, the champion, the submission magician, Shayna Baszler. She is ruthless, disagreeable, and ever so capable.
And Baszler made history at the historic first ever all-female WWE pay-per-view, becoming the first ever 2-time NXT Women's Champion. Again, the assist to her fellow horsewomen, and Percy Baszler bad to the bone. There are 206 bones in an adult human skeleton. Baszler would take great pleasure in breaking every one.
We all know Baszler likes to manipulate the body and focus on whatever she can find to break her opponent down. But tonight, it's about endurance. It's about both competitors and who will be able to go the distance in this 2 out of 3 falls match.
Sane doesn't look intimidated. Let's find out.
Baszler tweeted she is the very reason this women's division has evolved. Her favorite hashtag now is Shayna 2-time.
The following contest is a 2 out of 3 falls match, and it is for the NXT Women's Championship. Introducing the challenger, from Yamaguchi, Japan, Kairi Sane. And her opponent, from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, she is the NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler.
Look at that domineering face. There is no doubt in Shayna Baszler's mind that she is going to leave Los Angeles with that title.
There have been many memorable 2 out of 3 falls contests in the annals of sports entertainment, but this is the first for the NXT Women's Championship. Harken back to the NXT Classic between Sami Zayn and Cesaro. Of course, one of the best ever, Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat, and Kairi Sane wasting little time in attacking Shayna Baszler, wanting to quickly record that first victory in this best 2 out of 3 falls matchup.
And Sane has vowed to reclaim her title here tonight. Let's see if she's right.
Whoa! Neck breaker. Not a bad start from Sane to start fast. In terms of strategy in a 2 out of 3 falls match, that first decision, that first fall is all important.
And Kairi Sane.
Look at Baszler covering up, trying to protect herself.
Baszler. Sane, a woman possessed, wanting to reclaim the NXT Women's Championship and nailing Baszler with a sliding D.
Baszler was not ready for this onslaught by Kairi Sane. Let's see what she's got in mind right here.
Oh! Flying kabuki elbow off the apron by Kairi Sane. And it's one-way traffic for the Pirate Princess early.
See the champion there grabbing at her teeth. Knocked a molar free.
I think she's got that mouthpiece and there'll be teeth flying all over the place.
Of course, Baszler does have the champion's advantage, and Sane cognizant of that.
Wait a second.
Champion back into the ring. Wait, here comes.
Hey, come on now.
Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke again.
Brilliant.
That should be a fall.
Referee doesn't see it, and this is exactly what went down at Evolution. What cost Kairi Sane the NXT Women's title?
That should be counted as a fall for Kairi Sane.
Oh, look at this! For the clutch! In the center!
Baszler ragdolling the diminutive Dynamo Kairi Sane, trying to cinch in the Kirifuda clutch.
Sane fighting for her life, understandably so. She needs to tap now, in my mind, yes!
And she does. Sane forced to tap and relinquish the first fall in this 2 out of 3 falls championship match to
Shayna
Baszler.
Baszler has scored a fall.
But in the immortal words of Yogi Berra's deja vu all over again.
Well, irrespective of why it happened, it was a smart move from Kairi Sane. She knew that this is a 2 out of 3 falls match. If she'd have stayed in that hold longer, she could have been out, and then that would have been 2. This might be 2. This might be 2.
2 straight falls for now. Sane able to escape the wrath of Shayna Baszler. No surprise, the #1 trend worldwide on Twitter is NXT TakeOver. In what has been an explosive start to this NXT Women's Championship match. Baszler ahead, 1 fall to none.
This is absolutely ridiculous. After what happened at Evolution, where Shayna Baszler took back the title, the horsewomen should be banned from ringside. They shouldn't be out here.
Again, that's in deep. It's underneath the jaw.
Sane desperately trying to roll to the rope.
Oh, she's so close.
Now Sane has no choice.
Baszler needs to break.
Break the hole.
Your heart's got to go out to Kairi Sane. She came out really.
Yeah, but Sane not just treading water, she's underwater, trying to gulp air, trying to get her breath back, buying as much time as she can here with this striking attack, but Baszler catches the kick.
Oh, nasty. Single leg Boston with the sole of the boot on the jaw of Kairi Sane. I don't think we'll see a submission victory out of this, but a lot of pain.
Baszler stomping the face of Kairi Sane. Baszler, the former mixed martial artist, bringing back something that was legal in Japan with the Pride promotion.
Look at Shayna Baszler completely dominating in complete control over Kairi Sane.
And it's more than just Pride on the line. The NXT Women's Championship at stake.
Now Sane can afford to take her, now Baszler can afford to take her time a little bit. She has that cushion, that 1 full advantage, and aside from that,
My goodness, Sane being tied up like a pretzel by Shayna Baszler. Torque! Just wrenching the neck of Kairi Sane.
But guys, just look at the face, we get a chance. Look at the face of Shayna Baszler. She's enjoying the punishment she's inflicting on Kairi Sane.
Let's not forget that Sane finds herself behind the proverbial 8-ball. Here, rolling up, going for the cover. And Baszler escapes, but Nigel, it was Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir that helped Baszler draw first blood in this 2 or 3 falls match.
Clear as day, Morrow, and it wasn't an accident. Hold on.
Roll up by Sane gets a 2 count.
It was obvious that these 3 women had...
Hold on again. How much more can... Wow, what a beautiful escape by Sane. Shoulders of Baszler were down for 2.
Well, that was exactly the way that Sane beat Baszler for the title originally. Baszler had doubted Sane's killer instinct.
And Sane's resilience on display. Baszler trying to block the striking attack of Sane, and Sane does not want to get into a striking exchange.
Absolutely does
with
not.
Shayna
We're seeing
Baszler.
why now. The striking advantage has got to go to Baszler.
A clothesline by Baszler. But Kairi Sane possessing that Bushido spirit, the way of the warrior.
Now we're going to see that confidence advantage from Shayna Baszler. Not only the one full advantage, but it's the first ever two-time NXT Women's Champion. That's got to give us some confidence.
The fifth meeting between Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler, and Sane was looking to deliver the shoulder into the midsection, avoided by Baszler.
No.
Oh! Counter spike DDT on the apron by Kairi Sane.
This is Kairi's moment right here. Look at Shafir, look at Duke.
Sane has to get the champion back in the ring if she wants to even the score, however, after blasting Shayna Baszler. What a DDT on the apron!
It was Baszler looking for the superplex off the apron and instead turned around.
Oh! Jessamine Duke getting her comeuppance, as does Marina Shafir.
Duke and Shafir have got to be careful. The referee could disqualify.
Yes, and remember, if the champion Shayna Baszler's counted out, it will be even at one, but Sane wants to make a statement.
Here we go!
Mamma mia, the Pirate Princess is flying in Los Angeles! Sane doesn't want to win the fall by countout. She wants to pin or submit the NXT Women's Champion, Kairi Sane, perched on the top turnbuckle. Dropping anchor with the insane elbow. We are even at one fall apiece for the NXT Women's Championship.
Kairi Sane has scored a fall.
Guys, you got to give it to Kairi Sane, showing a ton of heart, staying in it to fight to win back her NXT Women's Championship.
And what about the statement made by Sane, not wanting to win via countout, bringing the champion back into the ring and making her pay with the insane elbow? Whoa! That's the interceptor!
I was saying I'd win any way I could.
And she may very well be on her way with another interceptor. Is Sane on the cusp of joining Baszler as the only two-time NXT Women's Champion? A hat trick of interceptors here in the home of the Los Angeles Kings. Can Sane once again be crowned queen? Spinning back fists, it took two, but Baszler's down.
I think Baszler was on her way down after the first. Well, if Sane hits this.
Oh, but Baszler back to her feet. Nails Sane with the right hand.
Great wherewithal from Baszler to come back.
Precarious position on the second turnbuckle, headbutt by Sane. The challenger.
Fighting spirit from Sane. But Baszler's giving it right back.
And Baszler now firing away with right hands and clubbing forearms to the back of Kairi Sane. Baszler looking for that gut wrench. Oh! Reversal by Sane. Sunset flip powerbomb. Stacking the NXT Women's Champion. Oh, just a 2 count. Just a 2 count. High drama in this NXT Women's Championship match. Again, two superstars who know each other as well as you can, having had 4 formidable meetings thus far.
What's Sane looking for here?
Oh, the Alabama Slam in Los Angeles. Now Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir. She pushes Sane.
Somebody's got to do something about this. The horse doesn't keep interfering.
Well, here comes
here we go.
The Dakota Kai. And the Kana captain. A team kick kicking Jessamine Duke, but now Shafir all over Kai.
Of course, Kai has had her issues with Shayna Baszler in the past. Wanted to come out here and even the odds.
Shayna Baszler made her memorable NXT TV debut against Dakota Kai, but Kai trying to even the odds. It's still the numbers game, but here comes Sane's Japanese compatriot, the finalist in the Mae Young Classic, Io Shirai. The genius of the sky is gonna fly. Orihara moonsault, Mamma Mia!
Boy, how the tides have turned. This could be it right here.
Setting elbow. Counted by Baszler. Shoulders are down. Baszler escapes with the NXT Women's title.
Your winner and still NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler.
What a victory!
By hook or by crook, Shayna Baszler continues to prove that she has what it takes to win at all costs, Percy. Yes, she had help from Jessamyn Duke, Marina Shafir, the other members of the Horsewomen, but she still stands tall as NXT Women's Champion.
Look, I give it to her. Shayna Baszler is one of the toughest competitors here at NXT, but I wonder would the outcome be the same if the Horsewomen were not involved?
As far as I can see, it was 3-on-3, and at the end of the day, as we take a look here, Shayna Baszler got the job done. Yes, there was a little bit of help.
A little.
But out came Dakota Kai to try to even the odds. And then Io Shirai made it 3-on-3.
Wow, look at
with this thing of beauty.
Picture perfect.
But ultimately, when the odds were even, when it came down to the wire, who left as champion? This will answer your question. Baszler, lying in wait, rolled up the Pirate Princess and got the victory.
And Shayna Baszler sends the Pirate Princess Kairi Sane's title aspirations to Davy Jones' locker as she maintains her lock on the NXT Women's Gold.
WWE Survivor Series, the one night of the year when Raw and SmackDown Live go head-to-head. Featuring matches never seen before.
This is monumental.
Champion versus champion.
The biggest versus the best. You can't get any better than this.
Team versus team. Raw and SmackDown Live collide at Survivor Series.
You're listening to Voices by Motionless in White from the album Graveyard Shift, an NXT Loud theme song for NXT TakeOver War Games. It's available now on iTunes and Spotify.
And X-Pac is in the house with his K9 friend, and man, he was a member of so many memorable stables, of course, including the Generation X, and tonight in the main event, the Undisputed Era put their winning streak in War Games on the line. Great to see X-Pac in the house.
Well, talking of winning streaks, 121 days as champion for Tommaso Ciampa. I guarantee you Ciampa has not forgotten that Velveteen Dream implicated him in Aleister Black's attack. Will Ciampa get payback, or will the Dream steal Ciampa's spotlight?
And tonight at War Games, Aleister Black looks to collect his pound of flesh. Gargano not only cost him his NXT title, he brutally attacked Black and left him sidelined for months. Tonight, Black looks for redemption when he goes toe-to-toe with Johnny Gargano. Tonight.
Why, Johnny, why?
The identity of who attacked Aleister Black was this summer's biggest mystery.
Walking right by. I gotta go.
Did you attack Aleister Black?
This was the path I took the night you were found laying.
Look into my eyes. You'll know your answer.
The fog of suspicion yet to be lifted on really anyone on the NXT roster.
I know.
The end of that path leads me to Tommaso Ciampa.
What the hell? Whoa! He didn't mean to do that! Tommaso Ciampa is now the NXT champion?
This is not your NXT! Not while I'm still breathing! The only reason he's NXT champion is because of you.
You got in the way.
With Black removed, Ciampa will defend the championship against Johnny Gargano.
So that's why, Alistair.
Let me get some help, please.
I feel bad for you. You're confused.
I'm not confused. Johnny's confused. Do I look confused to you? I know exactly who I am. I think it's Johnny who doesn't know who he is.
I'm the good guy.
He is a fraud.
I'm the hero at the end of this story.
No, Johnny, you're not a hero. You're not a hero in this story. You are a coward.
I do one thing. One little thing that some people may consider evil. And everyone freaks out.
Oh my God! Alistair Black is back!
I'm not ashamed of what I did. The ends justify the means.
But John, that doesn't mean that there's no repercussions.
Gargano must face atonement when he stands face to face with the devil himself.
After everything I've been through, I'm not scared of you.
I want him to wake up realizing the error of his ways.
What I've learned is
Emotion makes you do
sometimes
crazy things.
He's lost.
Around here,
Kick his ass.
you gotta fight a little dirty.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Makes his way to the ring from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 199 pounds, Johnny Gargano.
A smattering of boos for Johnny Gargano. Proceed the question, of course, why, Johnny, why? He gave us an answer. What do you make of the answer that Johnny Gargano gave in regards to why he was the man who attacked Alistair Black?
Well, he felt like Black was in the way. He felt like Black was collateral damage, and all that was to get his hands again on Tommaso Ciampa. This man was the reason why Black lost his NXT title. He was the reason why Black could not again compete for the title at TakeOver Brooklyn 4. I got the feeling that Gargano is going to pay dearly tonight.
I guarantee you, I think that Gargano messed with the wrong guy.
Gargano contends that he doesn't think he did anything wrong. He's not afraid of Alistair Black. Remember, Gargano pinned Alistair Black in that fatal four-way to determine the #1 contender for the NXT Championship last December. And we want to remind you, NXT TakeOver War Games is presented by League of Legends. Play for free at LeagueOfLegends.com, and as much game as League of Legends on display in what is another stellar TakeOver event, but this is a good old-fashioned grudge match. Johnny Gargano's heinous actions have brought the devil out in Alistair Black, who is apoplectic. He is coming to collect his pound of flesh.
And his opponent, from Amsterdam, Holland, weighing in at 215 pounds, Aleister Black.
The Devil's Envoy with a bad message for Johnny Gargano. The horns of retribution on his shoulders. You're Johnny Gargano, you've got to be shaking in your boots right now, surely.
It was NXT's Twisted Sister, Nikki Cross, who had a bird's eye view of the parking lot attack at Full Sail Live. She spilled the beans to Black, identifying Johnny Gargano, Percy. And Johnny wrestling, he said he woke up feeling dangerous like his beloved Cleveland Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield. He may need the entire Cleveland Browns team to keep Aleister Black at bay.
Yeah, you're right. Ever since Nikki Cross told Aleister Black who the assailant was, Black has been on an absolute rampage.
Gargano clearly unapologetic. Black took to social media. He said, "Forgiveness is for those who fear death. There shall be no remorse."
Johnny Gargano in his record 11th TakeOver match. That epic rivalry with Tommaso Ciampa still very much in Gargano's purview when he sees Black as standing in the way. Dueling chants here at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, and Aleister Black. Oh
no! What is Gargano doing?
Black explodes with a kick to the face, and Black utilizing that striking technique to attack Johnny Gargano, but Gargano misses with the and Black just kicked Gargano's face almost off his shoulders.
Get it, Aleister. Come on. Get it back in.
Well-versed martial artist in his native Netherlands, the first Dutch-born athlete in WWE, Aleister Black. But now he's on the receiving end of that striking attack from Gargano.
It's cat and mouse from Gargano so far.
Look at the quickness of Johnny Gargano.
Gargano using his defense, trying to tire out Black as Black
expands. Look at this.
Oh, wow, you talk about getting inside the head of Aleister Black. And Gargano avoids a kick and delivers a kick of his own. And Johnny Gargano with the early edge on Aleister Black.
So that boot landing in the shoulder blade, but Black turns things around. No! Johnny Gargano has done a great job in the early going of this match. I've taken the majority of the offense.
And while this match is as personal as it gets, remember, both of them still vying the opportunity to become NXT champion. It was Johnny Gargano's obsession with Tommaso Ciampa that cost Aleister Black the title, and that may have cost Johnny Gargano some teeth.
Now the strikes that Black knee caught him right across the jaw.
The striking man from Amsterdam is ready to take flight. Whoa! Oh, and Gargano immediately delivering a kick to Black.
Well, I did not expect this start to the match.
Gargano said he's laid Black out twice. He'll do it again tonight.
And now the boos begin to rain down on Johnny Gargano, who's gotten in touch with his dark side and, dare I say, is beginning to like it.
I think Black got caught off guard when Gargano slapped him. It really infuriated Black. And to a certain extent, Black forgot about his training and just came out house.
Gargano lands on his feet. O'Connor rolls, shoulders down. Beautifully done by Johnny Gargano. There's a reason he is still called Johnny Wrestling.
Well, the ability to do that sort of a technical transition in this sort of a tense, pent-up match That speaks to Johnny Gargano's mental state, surely.
And after so many months of Tommaso Ciampa getting into the head of Johnny Gargano, it appears now that Gargano's in the head of Aleister Black. Gargano was looking for La Magistral and a good distribution of weight by Black. And Gargano again goes for the cover. And Aleister Black kicks out, but Aleister Black trying to recalibrate, trying to get himself back mentally and physically into this match. Nigel, how important is this match for the psyche of Johnny Gargano?
Well, it's super important. I think really he sees himself as the hero in this conflict, but he has to win here to really put any kind of belief behind that.
And he's showcasing more of an edge, Percy, with those knife-edge chops against Aleister Black. Johnny Gargano feeling himself.
Yeah, I can actually completely see why. He's already taken out Aleister Black twice, but this is not going to be easy. Aleister Black sees what's coming tonight. There's no ambush tonight.
And yet I am surprised Johnny Gargano seems to be a step ahead in the striking department on Aleister Black, and Gargano rolls Black through. Oh, but both of them missing with their strikes. Before Gargano lands that forearm from the southpaw position before being doubled over with that knee to the midsection by Black.
It's really only the second time in the match that Black has been able to mount any kind of significant offense.
Oh, and Gargano avoiding Black momentarily, but he didn't avoid that kick to the face. Big Conhito by Aleister Black wipes out Johnny Gargano at ringside. And the emotional release of Aleister Black being put on the sidelines.
Take a look here, Aleister Black pulling out all the stops. Incredible, taking his eyes off of Gargano at the very last second to ensure that he contacted.
And that is Black's physical way of getting into the head of Johnny Gargano, who is used to collecting air miles. Black putting the boots to Gargano. Irish whip. Oh, beautiful sweep by Black. And Black again continues that striking attack using all 8 points of his limbs. Cabrada into the cover by Black.
Look, Gargano did not expect this type of fight, this type of offense from Aleister Black. He did not see this coming.
How could he not?
When you strip it all away, two of the most technically proficient sports entertainers in NXT, and yet this is more than just about the match. This is very personal for both superstars, and yet both of them want to get to the same end destination, the NXT title.
I mean, Aleister Black is a man who says, if you don't like me, come at me, and that's fair enough. It wasn't so much that Gargano attacked him, it was that he attacked him and then hid from him for months.
Waistlock by Black, back elbow breaks the grip. Oh, super kick by Black too. Johnny Gargano that sends Gargano outside of the ring. And Black utilizing the ring. And Black lands on his feet, doesn't know where Gargano is. Tope into the DDT. Johnny Gargano just planted Aleister Black on the outside of the ring. And another slingshot DDT. Will this be it? Black barely survives as Johnny Gargano on the cusp of eliminating Aleister Black and focusing once again on Ciampa.
So close. Here's, we'll take a look. Over the top, hit the DDT, full impact. Now what's going through the head of Gargano? Has done very well thus far in the match.
Hey, look, I want to go back, Nigel, to a point that you made about Johnny Gargano hiding from Aleister Black. I don't think he hid from Black. I don't think he hid from him at all. I think he was just trying to get his bearings together to figure out what his next move was going to be.
Well, if this is his next move.
Here, Johnny. You're not the chosen one. I am. You can't get the job done, Aleister. You can't.
Gargano talking trash. Oh! Spinning back elbow by Black. Oh, what a beautiful step-up enziguri by Gargano, and both superstars now showcasing their hard-hitting offense. The defense definitely not hermetically sealed.
Flurry of offense, but no.
Dazzling display. Reverse spike Rana by Gargano. Oh, what a knee! What a brutal knee. They're on their feet here at Staples Center, showing their approbation for two of the very best in this hard-hitting grudge match. 13,598 in attendance here tonight for TakeOver War Games 2, and this war is just brewing.
Aleister Black said that he was going to expose Johnny Gargano for the fraud that he is. I've got to be honest.
And the two rings, of course, which will house the War Games match coming up, but Black utilizing the other ring, and Gargano's in one ring, Black in the other. It's Black that blasts Gargano in the face. Dazzling display by Black, German suplex with a bridge and a 2 count.
Talking about guts, though. You talk about resilience of Johnny Gargano being able to withstand that flurry and kick out before the count of 3.
A chant that has become a staple at NXT TakeOver events. This is awesome. This is grueling. This is Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black.
Oh, got him!
Gargano with the clothesline on the former NXT champion.
Gargano's slow to follow up after all the energy that Gargano has used thus far in the match.
And Gargano looking for the Gargano escape.
He's got it right in the center of the ring.
As NXT TakeOver trends #1 worldwide, Gargano wants to be the #1 contender. Roll up the by Black, and Black almost put himself in the pole position. A cavalcade of kicks. An incredibly grueling matchup here between Gargano and Black. And Law Dart, the snake eyes on that second turnbuckle by a man who, I have to admit, beginning to act like a bit of a snake to some in the NXT universe.
There's a smile on the face of that snake right now, salivating, eyeing his prey.
Gargano can sense he's a tap out away. What? Oh. Wow. No. Gargano poking the bear. Oh, a DIY. Wow, going back to his DIY days. Aleister Black saying, bring it!
Give me your best one!
Give him your best shot is what Aleister Black wants!
Give me your best shot, John!
Gargano exposes the knee!
No!
Black avoids it! Oh, but the kick connects!
Didn't avoid that!
Oh, and another running knee! Gargano could put Black away here! Black powers out! Black powers out! And Gargano in a mixed state of befuddlement and prayer, wondering what is it going to take to finally vanquish Aleister Black.
Aleister Black thought that he had the genius move. He sat in the center, expecting Gargano to come with a knee, which Gargano did. He was going to roll him up, but instead Gargano, again, playing a better game of chess, hitting that kick.
Both superstars have had emotionally draining years. Gargano, obsessed with Tommaso. Gargano continues to just pummel Aleister Black. And I'm beginning to think, and it's quite evident, that yes, a win to get another opportunity at the NXT title is the most important thing, but Gargano wants to hurt Aleister Black.
Black is rubber-legged at this point.
Black's got a lot of fight left in him, it looks like, Nigel.
A furious exchange of strikes.
These superstars are going to try to get their hands up to protect themselves.
And it does not behoove Gargano to get into a striking contest with a striking man from Amsterdam. But Gargano standing in the pocket. Oh, and he popped Gargano's head back like a Pez dispenser. And Gargano jumps Black to the outside.
They're right there, boys.
Drop back, but what incredible timing by Black. Black blasted Gargano in the face with a knee.
That knee directly to the jaw.
Guys, one more time, take a look at this. Johnny Gargano thought he had Aleister Black dead to rights, but watch the impact for Aleister Black.
That knee landed perfectly upside the jaw of Johnny Gargano.
And the black metal fan, Aleister Black, with better timing than a metronome on that nasty knee to the face. A war of attrition here in Los Angeles. Aleister Black and Johnny Gargano. Gargano responsible for the biggest mystery of the summer. The man responsible for attacking Aleister Black in the parking lot, and now Gargano begging off after all he's done to the Dutch Destroyer.
There's no way Black is going to have mercy tonight.
Gonna buy a little time.
Johnny Gargano now at the mercy of Aleister Black. Is Gargano, what?
His kiss.
Gargano asking Black to finish him, to put him out of his misery. Am I hearing this right?
You've got better hearing than me, I don't know.
What is Gargano doing? Oh! Gargano blocking the attempt at the Black Mass, rolls Black up for a 2. Gargano immediately switches. Gargano escaped.
Gargano sucking Black in.
The method to the madness of Johnny Gargano on full display. Johnny Gargano looking to be Johnny Takeover, and he wants to take Aleister Black's soul away from him in this grudge match.
Black a long way from the bottom rope now, trying to break the grip. That monkey grip of Johnny Gargano.
And Black able to break the grip, and then, wow, a spinning knee! A spinning knee that caught Johnny Gargano on the side of the face.
But Aleister Black is stunned.
The smorgasbord of strikes put on display by Aleister Black. Is he ready now for his pièce de résistance? Oh! Step up knee to the jaw! And look, he's holding Gargano up with his foot.
That unprotected knee landed.
Boom! Black Mass! And Gargano being held up by Black.
Gargano out on his feet.
Aleister Black just wiped up Gargano with another Black Mass. Last rites for Johnny Wrestling. Sweet retribution for Aleister Black.
Aleister Black.
As hard-hitting an encounter as you can experience.
Hey guys, it was just a matter of time. Gargano had this night. He had it coming.
Black gains a measure of revenge. Is it enough after all that Johnny Gargano did to Aleister Black and his career and his health, Nigel?
There is only one man that can answer that question, Mara. We're looking at him right there. We'll take a look at how this match went down. Gargano pushing Black to the outside, but Black was lying in wait for this. Wow! Jumping knee strike. Poor Gargano flush on the jaw. And then that, the first of two Black Mass spinning heel kicks.
Not one Black Mass, but two. The debt must be paid.
He told Johnny Gargano, I will absolve you of your sins. And with that, a second Black Mass.
Aleister Black snuffs out Johnny Gargano's pilot light. The darkness reigns. So much spite in the shots of the Dutch Destroyer. Aleister Black once again has the NXT Championship in his sights.
There are the Undisputed Era, the well-oiled machine discussing strategy. They have the experience advantage this time, but you'd have to think, is there any trepidation going into the most dangerous, brutal match in NXT history?
And still to come, it's all about the ultimate spotlight in Los Angeles, but more importantly, it's about the NXT Championship. The so-called greatest sports entertainer of all time, Tommaso Ciampa, defending Goldie against Velveteen Dream. Dream promises to bring the experience of a lifetime.
Don't you stare at the champ's title.
When you're at the top, they will always try to chop you down.
I have a feeling that his reign of terror, well, is just getting started.
Be careful and stay out of the champ's spotlight.
Look at how much he loves that NXT Championship.
Your NXT champion, Tommaso Ciampa.
Hit it! You believe that you're a bad, bad man, don't you? Really? What the people wanted War Games is an experience. Give the dream a moment with you and the NXT Championship.
In.
Listen.
Velveteen Dream, this man loves the spotlight, he loves the attention, he loves the adoration from the NXT universe.
The dream's been loud and clear.
Losing confidence.
But he has been successful inside an NXT ring.
It's the people who have just caught on.
You think I haven't seen a kid like Velveteen Dream get put in my spotlight and crack under pressure? When I want to confront someone, I do it in front of an audience.
And Ciampa right on top of the man that will challenge for his NXT championship.
I'm the champ! You don't share my spotlight! With the entire world watching,
Do the lights get any brighter?
your experience ends.
One shot at the NXT Championship.
My legacy,
The next thing you know,
the Ciampa legacy.
Tommaso Ciampa taken out by Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen Dream has gone about this entire thing the wrong way. He didn't show respect. This means more to me than anything Velveteen Dream has ever experienced in his life.
you're a smart man. You are a dangerous man, Tommaso Ciampa. But you're a blind man. That anger, that rage, all you see is red. And if you can't see the Velveteen Dream coming, you'll stay blind.
Velveteen Dream sending his own message to the champion.
The ultimate spotlight is the NXT Championship. She'll be on my waist, shining brighter than ever.
They chant his name, and he thinks he's accomplished something.
People understand what the Dream is capable of. They've seen it.
I soak in that spotlight.
Tommaso Ciampa. He's a scared little man, acting like he runs the place. But there has been a lightning bolt that has struck NXT this past year. You're looking at him.
Velveteen Dream, you step into my spotlight, I promise you, it will burn you to the ground.
Set for the NXT Championship match, the biggest opportunity of Velveteen Dream's career, and it looks like the Dream's gone Hollywood, brother.
Oh, we're not far from Venice Beach. You know what they say, when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. You've got to take a stand, but is this the stand that Velveteen Dream is going to be able to take against the NXT champion?
The voluptuary Velveteen Dream, a walking Instagram filter. His sartorial statements know no bounds. The one accoutrement Velvet Dream is missing is the NXT championship, and it's all about the spotlight in the City of Angels, Percy, and Velveteen Dream feels he's more than ready for his close-up at the NXT title, what Tommaso Ciampa refers to lovingly as Goldie.
You have to think of all the places in the world, right here in Hollywood, right here in LA, is where Velveteen Dream wants to capitalize and dethrone the champ and claim the NXT title
And
for
guys, remember, Velveteen Dream captured the attention of Ciampa when he implicated the NXT champion in the attack on Aleister Black.
I guarantee you, Tommaso Ciampa has not forgotten that.
Velveteen Dream seeking to bring a true experience to the self-proclaimed greatest sports entertainer of all time's fingerprint-laden NXT title. A showman non-peril, looking to become at age 23 the second youngest NXT champion in history. Bo Dallas won the title just shy of his 23rd birthday.
And here comes the obsidian heart of a champion. Tommaso Ciampa, since winning that title, sees himself somewhat as a cult figure.
And look at this entrance. It's all about chaos. It's all about not subscribing to society's norms. Tommaso Ciampa, a man who lives on his own island, Percy, and all he needs is his beloved Goldie to keep him company.
Well, it's up for grabs tonight, but keep this in mind too, guys. I believe that Tommaso Ciampa is fearful of the Velveteen Dream. He attacked Velveteen Dream when Dream had his match against Braun Sullivan. He knows the type of competitor that Dream is. He knows that he's the man that can take this championship from him.
If you look at the body language of Tommaso Ciampa, the way that he grabbed, he held that title, covered it like a child.
Well, and the reason for that, I believe, is the fact that he realizes Velveteen Dream, remember, Velveteen Dream DDT Ciampa on the NXT title on NXT TV. It is Velveteen Dream who may have the psychological edge, and that's saying something when you're talking about Tommaso Ciampa and his devious ways.
That's the maniacal Tommaso Ciampa.
Well, Ciampa.
Get inside his head, perhaps a place you don't want to be.
Velveteen Dream tweeted, the Dream loves Los Angeles, loves Hollywood. They're beautiful. Everybody's plastic, except for the champion. He's paper.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the NXT Championship. Introducing the challenger from Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C., weighing in at 227 pounds, the Velveteen Dream. And his opponent from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 210 pounds, he is the NXT champion, Tommaso Ciampa.
Ciampa and Dream have talked a city landfill's worth of trash. The time for talking is over. And in a city where people flock to reach stardom, to dream of superstardom, Velveteen Dream has come to Los Angeles hoping his dreams of becoming NXT champion come true.
Look at the difficulty that Ciampa had giving up that title.
Tommaso Ciampa, the 14th champion in NXT history. The inaugural champion, Seth Rollins, he's getting ready for a big match of Survivor Series against another legendary NXT champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. But tonight, it's all about Tommaso Ciampa and Velveteen Dream. How do you break it down when it comes to keys to victory, Nigel?
Feed off the emotion of this capacity crowd. I think Morrow will be a great start for the Velveteen Dream.
Collar and elbow type in the center of the ring, and Ciampa definitely with the edge in experience.
Keep in mind now, Velveteen Dream has got youth on his side, but this is like a home game for the Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen Dream as popular as LeBron James here at the Staples Center, but it's Tommaso Ciampa who is king of the NXT men's division. And Ciampa, no stranger to cerebral warfare. I know Velveteen Dream loves to be the preening cock of the walk, but Ciampa will do what he can to ground the Dream, ground him into dust if he can.
Ciampa take down the larger opponent. Dream there switching behind. Nice ride. Look at that.
Look at this. Woo.
Whoa.
Look, I love the attitude of Velveteen Dream, but he can't get caught up in stuff like that. He's got to keep his eyes on the prize. It's about the NXT title.
A title that Ciampa feels is his birthright. He deserves to be the NXT champion.
Yeah, Velveteen Dream looking to go from footnote and tough enough to the lead paragraph as NXT champion, but Tommaso Ciampa wants to maintain that ironclad grip on Goldie, but Dream taking it to the champion early, but there's Ciampa. Oh! I guess you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit in the wind, and you don't mess with Velveteen Dream's quaff. Oh, kick to the midsection by the NXT champion. He's looking for that fairy tale ending. Ciampa mocking Velveteen Dream.
Ciampa can play mind games too.
Mocking the NXT universe. Ciampa inside Velveteen Dream's head while holding his headband. And I think Dream almost appreciates what Ciampa's been able to do at his expense. Knows that he's in against the champ, Percy.
Oh, but look what Dream has.
Oh, well, he could do the champ one better. Goldie worth a little bit more than that headband. Oh!
Hold on, looking for a draping DDT perhaps.
Front face lock on, Ciampa.
Stalemate for now.
Oh! Sharp right hand by Dream.
Reversal on the Irish whip. Dream slides, stops the momentum, and runs right over Tommaso Ciampa. Paintbrushes him with the right hand. Scoop, and a big body slam by the challenger, Velveteen Dream. Dream simply ravishing. What a standing drop kick.
Welcome to the...
Oh! And Dream introducing Ciampa to the Experience. Wow, Dream just utilizing the ring as prime real estate here in Los Angeles.
Was Dream taking too much time here?
I think he may be, Nigel.
Dream soliciting the approval of the NXT Universe. Oh, drops Ciampa with that big boot to the jaw. And the NXT Universe firmly behind Velveteen Dream.
Way too long.
Black felt the heat coming.
Oh, but Dream on the top turnbuckle. Double axe handle. Delivered by the Velveteen Dream on the NXT champion, and Dream is aware that he can't win the title on the outside. And boy, Velveteen Dream, guys, firing on all cylinders, and he is taking it to... Oh, too soon! Tommaso Ciampa spiking Dream to the outside.
The epitome of a champion, the resiliency to go long, to take some punishment and then come back. This is why Tommaso Ciampa is the NXT champion. Here the pause. Oh! And the punishment.
You know, NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa, they say that great champions possess a singular ability to block out noise. Velveteen Dream, well, he wants to create more noise at a BTS concert, but it's Ciampa now. Flapping his gums. Referee administering the count, and Ciampa, the champion's advantage, of course. The only way that the Velveteen Dream can become new NXT champion is via pinfall or submission within the confines of the squared circle. Ciampa with a running knee!
With the knee brace as well.
And remember
He's
that.
Out.
Wow!
Dream's out!
He is on Dream Street here at the Staples Center!
Cover him! This match is over!
Ciampa just put Velveteen Dream in a quiet spot.
But look at Ciampa now. He's in no rush to finish this match.
Dream is stirring, and he's somehow conscious.
Let's go. Oh, come on.
Well, maybe this speaks to what we talked about earlier. Looking for retribution for Velveteen Dream. Implicating.
Ciampa reviled for his cavalier malevolence, doing whatever it takes to retain the NXT title, including stabbing Velveteen Dream in the face with the point of the back elbow. Oh, that Hangman's neck breaker. And Velveteen Dream falls in a heap right in front of us here.
I'm the man! I'm the main event!
Ciampa firing himself up. The greatest sports entertainer of all time is what he's christened himself. NXT Universe might not agree. Velveteen Dream! No! What a knee! Oh my God, what a knee!
Again with the knee brace. Dream flailing around on the outside.
Velveteen Dream was in a prostrate position on the Spanish announce table and almost got blasted into next week as Ciampa continues to mete out punishment in the center of the ring.
Dream fighting out of that rear chin lock, but Ciampa getting it right back on.
Look at the aggression of Tommaso Ciampa.
And say what you will about Tommaso Ciampa, when it comes right down to it, as technically gifted as any sports entertainer, there is a reason he won the NXT title in just his 10th singles match. Remember, he and Johnny Gargano in an epic rivalry.
The Dream is fading. Hold on, look, Dream.
Spit flying out of the mouth of rubbing it in as well. Tommaso Ciampa enjoys his work.
Sick individual, squeezing the saliva out of the mouth of Dream, and look at Dream.
Night-night! Night-night!
Night-night indeed. Tommaso Ciampa said he was going to turn the Dream into a nightmare.
NXT Universe exhorting Velveteen Dream. Counter knee strike by Tommaso Ciampa once again. Stops Velveteen Dream's momentum. Oh, but the backslide by Velveteen Dream.
Oh, that right hand landed right on the jaw. The left missed.
What another right hand uncorked by Velveteen Dream. Neckbreaker by the Velveteen Dream as he returns the favor to Tommaso Ciampa.
Dream is digging deep. He's staying alive. He's staying alive in this match.
Ciampa's depth of character tantamount to a foot bath, and Velveteen Dream would love to put his foot where Ciampa would require protection. Look at the neck breaker.
Impact to the back of the neck, top of the spine of Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh, you can tell, guys, Velveteen Dream letting it all hang out, throwing it all at Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa for Velveteen Dream.
Where's Dream finding this energy? Adrenaline has got to be coursing through his veins.
And Velveteen Dream giving Tommaso Ciampa a run for his money, but I spoke too soon, or did I?
Hold on.
Velveteen Dream looking for that twisting DDT, well scouted by Ciampa. And Dream continues to fire away on Tommaso Ciampa. And a big boot to the face. Leg drop of doom.
One more time.
And the ode to Hollywood Hogan by Velveteen Dream, one of the greatest champions in WWE history. Velveteen Dream wants to be an NXT champion. He's hulking up. Buster slam by the Velveteen Dream. Will it be enough for him to realize his dream? No. Ciampa escapes.
Make no mistake about it, Tommaso Ciampa is hurt.
Dream has been firing on all cylinders, but how much does he have left?
Ciampa kicked out at 1.5, still has a lot of fuel in his tank.
Like an injured animal, this is when Ciampa is his most dangerous.
Velveteen Dream expending energy with those right hands, not as much pop as they used to have on them as this grueling match unfolds. But Dream continues his tenacious attack on Tommaso Ciampa. Pescado connects.
This is what Dream's got to do. He's got to keep pushing the gas. He cannot let up.
And he has to make sure that the champ is in the ring, and Ciampa struggling to get back to his feet. Velveteen Dream, however.
Dream was looking for that elbow. Ciampa knew it was coming, and oh yes.
Ciampa deposits Dream unceremoniously out of the ring.
Oh, for a second there, Ciampa perhaps looking for that.
Oh!
Raping DDT, but
Velveteen
instead...
Dream attacking that surgically repaired knee of Tommaso Ciampa, the knee that put him on the sidelines for nearly a year. And Velveteen Dream doing his homework, realizing that the champion is compromised. And Velveteen Dream doing his homework. A Stardust Sports Entertainment. Shades of Hitman Bret Hart. Guys, be careful that he doesn't get disqualified.
Oh, you see that?
Was that?
I thought it was a tap. It was a tap. Tommaso Ciampa tapped.
An illegal move on the outside, however, now he has to try it again. The roll-up small package by Ciampa for a 2 count.
Forearm from Ciampa.
Waist lock, Dream. Casadora into the bigger full leg lock.
This could be it.
And he's pulling out all of the greatest hits here in Los Angeles.
No way for Ciampa to win.
Velveteen Dream summoning up the legends of the past in hopes that he can begin his course as an NXT legend by becoming NXT champion.
And dragging Ciampa back into the center. Ciampa has to roll to his belly to try to reverse some of this pressure.
Look at the agony, look at the pain that Tommaso Ciampa's in right now. This could be all but over.
One tap, and we have a new NXT champion with the reversal by the veteran Ciampa.
That's reversed the pressure, taking the pressure off the cruciate ligament, and now back. That posterior cruciate ligament.
This is going to keep both superstars grounded. Remember, Velveteen Dream loves to use that purple rainmaker, but now they're showing down a Ciampa for a 2.
And now both superstars We were forced to break the hold.
And you wonder what toll has been exacted on both lower limbs of the champion Ciampa, the challenger Velveteen Dream. Oh, and Ciampa kicks Dream to the barricade, buying himself some time.
We're seeing here the effects of that figure four leg lock, so dangerous.
Look, if Velveteen Dream can continue to attack that surgically repaired knee of Tommaso Ciampa, it will be Dream over tonight.
And again, oh, I thought he was attempting that draping DDT that he hit Johnny Gargano
what a right hand to the rib cage by Ciampa. And Nigel, exactly what Ciampa's trying to do. Hip-step Velveteen Dream suplexes Ciampa over the top, but Dream also feels the effects of what was a high-risk move.
Ciampa's undoing his boot. It was a suplex from Velveteen Dream, who followed out with the momentum.
Look at this one
different angle here.
You wonder if it's not a Pyrrhic suplex in the bigger picture of this NXT Championship match.
Gargano. Ciampa must have landed on his knee with the fall, and he's loosening that boot to try to release some of the pressure on that knee joint.
Champion's advantage. If the referee reaches the count of 10, Ciampa retains the NXT title. But it's Velveteen Dream, the younger. Velveteen Dream, remember.
That's 8.
Ciampa has that injured leg. And it's Dream. Wow, having the wherewithal.
And the intelligence of Velveteen Dream, he realizes the champion's advantage. He has to get Tommaso Ciampa in the ring to get the pin.
You mentioned the youth of Dream there. That was the experience of Dream. Knowing he could not win the title on the outside, had to get Ciampa back inside.
But he seems to have just a little bit more at the stake, although now Ciampa firing back, and Dream and Ciampa going at it. Hammer and tong here for the NXT title. Ciampa was looking for the fairy tale ending. Oh,
hold on!
Referee almost got him with a super kick. Ciampa with the tights.
Ciampa's got a handful of tights.
Referee caught it just in time.
Handful of tights.
Fantastic job by the referee. Oh! Opportunistic Velveteen Dream. Rolling death belly driver.
Dream over.
Oh my, 2 count. Velveteen Dream almost became NXT champion under the biggest spotlight of his career.
Tommaso Ciampa was in disbelief.
Gotta think Velveteen Dream just saw his name up in lights all across Hollywood. He can't believe Tommaso Ciampa just kicked out.
And Velveteen Dream quickly establishing the reputation of Mr. Takeover, delivering again here tonight in a valiant effort for the NXT title, but Tommaso Ciampa valiantly fighting back. But
Dream going straight to the injured knee.
What a transition. Ciampa in a fireman's carry, but Ciampa fights off. Oh!
Elbow to the side of the jaw.
Elbow to the other jaw, side of the jaw.
Oh, man!
Ciampa cracks Velveteen Dream.
Oh. Shades of his nemesis, Johnny Gargano. Is this it? All the way up.
For Project Ciampa. Project Ciampa, the NXT champion, rolls.
Ciampa retains.
Velveteen Dream rolls that right shoulder in the nick of time. Tommaso Ciampa can't believe it. Another instant classic for the NXT title.
Tommaso Ciampa's knee must still be bothering him. Look, trying to relieve the pressure there. There must be fluid building up in that knee, going all the way down to his ankle.
I once said Tommaso Ciampa had no heart, but he is showing plenty of heart, although what? Don't tell me.
No heart here. Tommaso Ciampa's trying to walk away.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
No, he's not.
Oh.
The official won't allow it.
Wow, the Dream rolls up Ciampa. Dream rolling up Ciampa for a count of 2. The Dream. DDT on the title. Shades of what happened on NXT TV. But it's time. It's for the title. Dream almost realized right there. Dream just kicked out again.
This is unreal. Look at the look of disbelief on the face of the champion, Tommaso Ciampa.
Why is the NXT title so coveted? Listen to the NXT Universe.
And look, the Velveteen Dream has taken every shot from the champion, and yet and still finds a way to kick out and get up.
So has Tommaso Ciampa, Nigel, taken everything Velveteen Dream has offered up.
Both these gladiators have given and taken it all. Look at Ciampa, he's only wearing one boot.
Ciampa hampered by the surgically repaired. Oh, and again, Ciampa resorting to a blueprint that he has used in the past to great success. Ciampa wreaking havoc wherever he goes, and now tearing apart the area surrounding the ring, but wasting precious time, allowing Velveteen Dream to... Well, there.
Yeah, the recovery, yeah.
Yep. Ciampa unloading.
Dream desperately trying to get a hold of the title.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Velveteen Dream in a perilous position.
Oh, no.
Ciampa looking at the... They just flew right over the announcer's table. Came crashing right down in front of us. And this will be to the advantage of the NXT champion.
Take a look here. It was Ciampa looking for the draping DDT. Instead, Dream driving the champion over our announce table.
You know, everything that the NXT champion, Tommaso Ciampa, has put people through, including Johnny Gargano. Maybe this is what the sick SOB deserves, and yet Velveteen Dream desperately trying to get back to the ring, but he needs to bring Ciampa with him if he wants to... God!
Oh!
Championship reign had begun.
Hold on, Dream wasted no time.
Velveteen Dream isn't done. Dream crashes and burns.
Dream got a little over-anxious there. Ciampa was lying in wait, moved to the last second. And now, the Black Heart is ready to end this.
Velveteen Dream from the top turnbuckle, crashing to the and just got spiked with that DDT in the partition in between the two rings. The cold, unforgiving steel, courtesy of the cold, unforgiving heart of Tommaso Ciampa. Goldie remains around the waist of the scourge of NXT.
Your winner, and still NXT champion, Tommaso Ciampa.
The truculent NXT champion in the fight of his life, Percy. Velveteen Dream came oh so close to realizing the dream in this, the venue that he was hoping for his crowning achievement.
As close in my mind as anyone to prying that title from around the waist of Tommaso Ciampa. Look at the face of Tommaso Ciampa. Here it was again. Tommaso Ciampa trying to end things on the outside. Instead, Dream keeping the match alive.
This is just the frustration kicking in from Tommaso Ciampa, but Velveteen Dream able to capitalize and turn things around. And this was where we all thought the Velveteen Dream was going to walk out of LA, the new NXT champion.
10, 12 feet in the air with a purple Rainmaker. A deep hook of the legs, but somehow Tommaso Ciampa refused to quit.
Now Tommaso Ciampa found a perfect spot right here to hit this DDT and put an end to the Velveteen Dream.
You could see Ciampa scream out in pain when his back landed, so you can only imagine the damage done to Velveteen Dream. And if you want And of course, taking advantage that there are 2 rings here tonight.
And while the night may belong to Tommaso Ciampa as he retains the NXT Championship, you know in your heart of hearts, the Velveteen Dream's time is coming here in NXT. But for now, Goldie remains the property of the so-called greatest sports entertainer of all time.
A kiss goodbye for Velveteen Dream. And the NXT title stays in the hands of Tommaso Ciampa.
Another epic night of action. And more still to come. War Games 2, but what a war between Tommaso Ciampa and the Velveteen Dream as Ciampa continues to add to his championship legacy.
Look in my eyes. I am the greatest sports entertainer of all time. This is the wish.
The greatest sports entertainer of all time. And we've got to talk about, well, what may be the greatest video game competition of all time. 2 teams, one from NXT and one from WWE, have been training over the past few weeks to compete against one another in League of Legends, one of the world's most popular video games. And it all came to a head yesterday, right here in Los Angeles.
You're listening to Mariana Trench by Nita Strauss from the album Control Chaos, an NXT theme song from the NXT TakeOver War Games. It's available now on iTunes and Spotify.
Well, here tonight at TakeOver War Games 2 Staples Center, at times the chaos has been out of control, but we are getting set for our main event. Every match on this card could be the main event, and there's a main event when it comes to guitar players. One of the best guitarists on the planet, Nita Strauss, a great supporter of NXT, dropped a new album yesterday. Looking forward to hearing more from Nita Strauss. And guys, well, we've heard and seen a little bit of everything, and the hits, the real hard hits are to come in one of the most barbaric matches in NXT history.
Still to come here tonight. I mean, what a night of action and controversy, of course. You know, everybody here in the NXT universe is going to have their opinion, but, you know, one man whose opinion I'd love to hear, WWE CEO Triple H, and we can do that. Following TakeOver War Games, the Cerebral Assassin will be on Facebook Live giving his opinion about the wins, the losses, everything that's happened here tonight. Facebook Live immediately following TakeOver War Games.
The ominous sounds, the buzz palpable as tensions rise here at the Staples Center. The Chamber of Horrors lowers. It will encompass 2 rings. There are no victims, only volunteers in War Games.
And these competitors tonight will be forever changed when they step into the steel structure here at War Games. But the question is, who will stand tall when North American champion Ricochet, UK champion Pete Dunne, and War Raiders take on the Undisputed Era in the most grueling match ever constructed here in WWE? War Games is next.
And now, let the War Games begin! These three teams will be in 2 rings, in 1 cage, in War Games!
The Undisputed Era, we've been there.
I have never witnessed anything like we have just seen here tonight.
The most barbaric match in not just NXT history, but all of WWE. There are no winners in war, there are only losers. And the Undisputed.
What does this mean for the future of NXT?
A definite shock to the system.
Since the beginning here in NXT, NXT's mission has been doing everything in its power to prevent this from happening.
At War Games, we were thrown to the wolves.
Yet, boys and girls, here we stand.
And then Ricochet! And Ricochet's got his head! No! Oh my God! Adam Cole is the first ever NXT North American champion! What the hell? Roderick Strong doing? Got his partner Pete Dunne! Roderick Strong has joined the Undisputed Era!
I want you to relish in this right now. I mean, look at all this gold. We can't be stopped. Our time is now, and we are forever here to shock the system.
Enough! The war is here.
Oh my God, it's the War Raiders!
Viking destruction!
Rowan Hansen laying waste to the Undisputed Era!
Undisputed Era, you like to think that you're on another level. You're gonna have to level up if you want to be on the same level as Ricochet. Boom.
Here we go, yeah! New champion! Ricochet has done it!
Time and time again, Undisputed Era have used the numbers game to be a thorn in my side.
The night for the Undisputed Era about to get a lot more dangerous.
This time, there's no numbers game.
Whether it's Ricochet, whether it's Pete Dunne, whether it's the War Raiders.
What the? Bobby Fish is back!
Full strength starts now. The result is the same. They aren't on our freaking level.
Oh my God! Whoa!
Guys, they are not waiting. All hell is broken loose.
It's breaking down all over. Full sail.
This is not how this fight's gonna happen. If you eight are hell-bent on destroying each other, then you can do. A takeover, you will be inside of War Games.
Here we go again.
Can you imagine all these 8 men inside of that War Game structure?
Kyle O'Reilly pinning Hansen to gain us the advantage. We know how important that advantage is.
There is nobody who can handle War Games like the Undisputed Era. You asked for this!
War Games. It's steel and it's pain.
This is gonna be a war.
Undisputed Era might think that they've got themselves the advantage, but last year, Undisputed Era barely walked out of War Games.
This year, we're gonna make sure you get carried out.
Los Angeles better brace itself for a seismic shift. The score will be settled inside War Games at TakeOver.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to War Games! The rules of the match are as follows. 2 teams will be contained in separate cages, with 1 member of each team starting the match. After 5 minutes, a member from Undisputed Era will be released to enter the match. After a 3-minute period, alternating members from each team will enter the match until all competitors are inside the cage. Once all competitors have entered, War Games officially begins. escape, or leave the cage. You forfeit the match for your team. The only way to win the match is by pinfall or submission. And now, let the War Games begin!
Here we go!
Introducing first, Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, the NXT Tag Team Champions, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong, the Undisputed Era!
For the first time in its history, all 4 members of the Undisputed Era will be competing at the same time, and they have the advantage following this week's NXT TV. When Kyle O'Reilly picked up a victory with a little help from the rest of the UE.
Man, but you see the swag, maybe the confidence, possibly arrogance just dripping off of Undisputed Era. They have been here before. Not only that, they won last year's War Games, but it's a different time. We got new players in the game now.
I like what they did. They chose to put Adam Cole in first. That's an important strategy.
As the leader of the quartet.
I guarantee you there was some discussion to that. I talked to Arn Anderson, who's been in a number of these War Games matches. He said the order of entrance is super important. Oftentimes you want to leave your heavy hitters for the latter part of the match.
Well, the 2 teams will be contained in separate shark cages, and a member from each team chosen to start the match. 5 minutes on the clock. And when that time expires, it'll be a member of the team with the advantage, that being the Undisputed Era, that will enter the match. And of course, War Games officially sanctioned to be won once all 8 superstars are in the contest.
That's right, let's be clear, until every one of those competitors, all 8 are in the ring, the match does not officially start. The drum beats of destruction.
And their opponents, first, Hanson, Rowe, War Raiders.
Modern day Vikings, their name, tailor-made for War Games. Rowan Hanson, War Raiders.
Ever since showing up in NXT in January, the War Raiders have had their sights set. The war of words will very soon turn into a war of attrition.
Yeah, but you called it more. The War Raiders said this match is built for them. The pain, the agony, the destruction, they absolutely live for moments like this.
Interestingly enough, neither of the War Raiders will start, as they are already housed in their shark cage. So will it be the longest reigning champion in modern WWE history, the UK champ Pete Dunne, who gets things started?
Next, the WWE United Kingdom champion, the Cruiserweight, Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne's got the war paint on, bringing the British strong style to War Games.
The war paint on his face, but if you take a look further down, the right knee of Pete Dunne heavily taped up, that was injured last week. That's another thing that Arn Anderson mentioned to me. He said another important factor in War Games matches are injuries. If you're hurt, you're a sitting duck.
For its Undisputed Era, winning the inaugural NXT War Games match. And let's not forget Hanson, also injured this past week, courtesy of the Undisputed Era.
But guys, matches
so
like
we know who it's going to start. It will be Adam Cole for the Undisputed Era against the man that beat Adam Cole for the NXT North American Championship, the one and only Ricochet.
The NXT North American Champion, Ricochet!
And Ricochet also sporting war paint. All 8 gladiators are ready for war. And it promises to be scorched earth warfare in which only one side can survive.
Well, a perfect strategy from the team of Dunn, Ricochet and War Raiders, putting in the man arguably with the best cardio first into the match.
And the irony between both of these competitors starting, they both say there is absolutely no way you can prepare for a match like this. You essentially just have to go to war and hope for the best.
And Ricochet wants to run NXT like cardio and was taunting Adam Cole and continues to do so, sporting the NXT North American Championship. So many tantalizing threads interwoven in what should be a masterpiece of mayhem.
Certainly ironic that Ricochet and Adam Cole start this match off. Of course, neither team knew which member of the other team would start. So 5 minutes now. Ricochet and Adam Cole.
And again, this is not the official War Games match. This is simply to try to beat up your opponent, take whatever you can from the opposition in hopes that once the War Games begin, things will be a little less hostile. Standoff. Adam Cole begging Ricochet to come and fight him in his ring. 2 rings, the sinister structure. This is War Games 2.
Somewhat of a cautious start.
And Adam Cole able to bait Ricochet into his web. And Cole exploding on the NXT North American Champion, but Ricochet immediately turns the tables, firing off a volley of right hands with a European uppercut to boot.
Oh! Like the crack of a whip. That chop landed hard.
Reversal on the Irish whip by Cole. Beautifully done by Ricochet, and Ricochet, head scissors takeover.
Bingo.
Dynamic drop kick by the NXT North American Champion. Remember, it was Adam Cole who made history earlier this year in a legendary 6-man ladder match that included Ricochet. Ricochet came within, well, fingertips of becoming the inaugural NXT North American Champion, only to be scuttled by Cole. But since then, Ricochet has rebounded, and he, being the NXT Skywalker.
You think this is your match, huh?
A bit of trash talk, saying this is Cole's match, referring, of course, to last year's War Games match.
Oh! And Ricochet gets caught into a backstabber by Adam Cole, well-timed.
Well, Cole says no one can handle War Games like Undisputed Era, and he's showing us why. Take a look one more time. Picking Ricochet out of the air, backstabber applied.
Remember, it was Cole who recorded the victory courtesy of the last shot last year. And now Cole with the ground and pound on Ricochet.
You got to think the Undisputed Era have to feel that advantage. They have to feel confident because they've been in this match before. They've been to hell and back.
Neckbreaker by Adam Cole continues to soften Ricochet, knowing full well that another member of the Undisputed Era will be the next to enter
Not only that experience advantage as well. The Undisputed Era, as a team, they've got each other's back. They know each other well.
Supercharged alliance, though, facing off with them. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, with Ricochet now in a fight. Ushigoroshi by Cole, who had plenty of success in Japan and now dominating NXT as a member of the Undisputed Era.
The question is, that enmity for your opponents, is that a strong enough bond to form a team? I mean, if we think of the traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series matches tomorrow night at Survivor Series, the team's there. It's just the brand that keep them together.
How about over here?
Adam Cole utilizing all of the real estate with the 2 rings. Now continues to beat down Ricochet, keeping the preeminent high flyer grounded. And Adam Cole, as smart as they come when it comes to ring IQ, a champion wherever he has performed in his illustrious career.
Gotta say, that's one of the things I like most about Adam Cole is his patience in the ring.
Cole doing exactly what he needs to do and wear down his opponent. But fellas, think what happens in a couple of minutes. Another member of the Undisputed Era comes into the ring.
Shades of
and Adam Cole already has the advantage.
The Fantastics with Cole just raking Ricochet's face across the cage.
Conceivably, Ricochet could be taken out before the match officially even starts.
And Ricochet on the receiving end of a diverse attack from Adam Cole, attacking all areas of his anatomy, but Cole telegraphing the back body drop, and Ricochet putting the boots to Cole.
There's the life coming back into Ricochet.
Yeah, Ricochet showcasing his resiliency. Man who always wakes up in the sky. Man who has no fear as NXT North American champion, and on cue! Whoa! Springboard soaring European uppercut by Ricochet.
That's it, Nigel. Mauro, you said it. You cannot hesitate. You cannot show fear inside this cage. You must be ready for anything at all times.
We're down, there we are, 10 seconds left until one member of the Undisputed Era comes down. And if you're Ricochet, oh dear. Who's it gonna be?
Member of the UE, will it be? Referee unlocking the shark cage. It will be. Oh, and it's gonna be Kyle O'Reilly earned the advantage. Wednesday on NXT TV.
Almost seemed like a moment of hesitation, but not from Kyle O'Reilly now.
And immediately, in the land of palm trees, it's Kyle O'Reilly looking to obliterate Ricochet with those open palm strikes.
And the Undisputed Era now have a 3-minute advantage.
Cole has time to recover.
Man, O'Reilly looking to just skeletonize Ricochet like O'Reilly was a piranha and Ricochet was a water buffalo. And now Cole and O'Reilly with the numbers advantage.
Forget about recovering. If I'm Adam Cole, I want to put Ricochet away now when I've got this advantage.
Cole and O'Reilly, 2/3 of the winning version of the Undisputed Era last year at the first NXT War Games match. Bobby Fish was on the shelf. And Ricochet, nice right hand and a right hand for Cole, and Ricochet Ricocheting off both O'Reilly and Cole. Oh, dragon screw leg whip.
Oh, no.
By O'Reilly.
Is that now 3 members of the Undisputed Era's opponents with bad knees?
And the Undisputed Era has done a great job of taking liberties with their opposition, attacking Hansen, Pete Dunne, and now Ricochet's lower limbs. And the Muay Thai plum with knee strikes, and wow, you talk about tag team position. You gotta say the Undisputed Era, all 4 members with more chemistry than a science fair, and these are sports entertainment scientists working their craft right now on Ricochet.
Cole said last year, this is where things really began to start from. This is where they began to take over NXT. And you got to think, if they win this year, what does that mean for NXT going forward?
NXT Universe trying to rally behind Ricochet, knowing odds are against the current NXT North American champ. Oh, but Ricochet drives Cole into O'Reilly and uncorks a right hand on Kyle O'Reilly before a bicycle kick meets the face of Ricochet. Ooh. Wow.
Hold on.
Oh, an assist.
Oh, man.
An assist from O'Reilly and another Ushigoroshi from Adam Cole, whether it be Japan or North America. O'Reilly and Adam Cole, 2 of the best.
And now finally Ricochet is going to get some help. Guys, think if you're Ricochet, 15 more minutes until the match even starts officially.
The question is it too late though? Ricochet looks out of it.
War Raiders and Dunne. Whoa! But if Hansen keeps Dunne from entering, and Hansen, who lost to Kyle O'Reilly for the advantage on Wednesday, he wants retribution instead. He's mauled by O'Reilly and Cole momentarily.
He's a bigger man. He can absorb most punishment.
He's also going to get tired earlier in the match.
And of course, Ricochet will be given an opportunity to recover, as it's Hansen laying waste now to members of the Undisputed Era. Remember Killian Dane, an MVP performance for Sanity in a losing effort at last year's War Games, and look at Hansen. Guys his size aren't supposed to be able to move like this.
Again, guys, this is valuable time for Ricochet to recover. If Hansen can keep this pace going, this would put this team back in contention in this War Games match.
It's a fair play. Hansen here picking his opponents.
Corner clotheslines. A cornucopia of corner clotheslines by Hansen.
Hansen is expending a lot of energy, running corner to corner non-stop.
He's keeping his team alive.
Trained by the legendary Killer Kowalski, and Hansen showing the killer instinct here early. Wow! Hansen with a tour de force.
A big War Raider sucking air, ready to attack again.
Cannonball coming through.
Oh, Bronco Buster on both O'Reilly and Cole, driving the air out of their lungs. And the air that is going to become, well, so premium as this match unfolds. And now Ricochet back on his feet, joining Hansen, and for the time being, the odds are even.
Absolutely, in terms of numbers, and if you take a look in the ring now, both members of Undisputed Era are down. What's this?
Oh, Ricochet and Hansen teaming up.
Showtime is what it is.
Shooting star press off the back of Hansen by Ricochet.
Some nice teamwork there.
One more time, take a look at Ricochet. Shooting star press,
and
big impact.
Ricochet lands hard across the rib cage of Kyle O'Reilly. Oh, Adam Cole playing possum and led Hansen into an elbow, but there, O'Reilly coming to Cole's aid. Cole now dropping some elbows. Again, no pinfalls or submissions. The War Games match yet to officially begin. This is all about beating the hell out of your opposition.
There is Ricochet, who has absorbed a lot of punishment
Ricochet
early in this match.
And has also meted out his own unique brand of punishment. Again, the advantage to the Undisputed Era. Their third member about to enter. And it's going to be Roderick Strong, who you'll recall at last year's War Games was a member of the team with the Authors of Pain. He was, in fact, an opponent of the Undisputed Era, but not tonight.
And Roderick Strong completely fresh, tearing into both Ricochet and Hansen.
What a drop kick by Roderick Strong!
Just picking apart his opponents.
Oh, step-up knee in the corner. One half of the NXT Tag Team Champions. Laying waste to War Raiders, and the Uranagi across the knee. And another one. The Messiah of the Backbreaker, as innovative as they come. Putting Ricochet in a torture. And dropping Ricochet across both of Strong's knees. Strong with a strong effort, to say the least.
Using Ricochet as a missile. Hold on.
Strong got caught by Hansen, and then it's Cole that kicks Hansen in the face. Axe kick, and the forearm smashed by O'Reilly. And look at the Undisputed Era. What a trio.
Now the numbers game come back into play. Can't see the time, but he's got to have at least 2 minutes left to put some big punishment.
Undisputed Era, as close a stable as you will ever find in sports entertainment. These warriors have traveled together for years. They battled each other over the years and found the common good in the Undisputed Era.
How's that feel, Hansen?
And boy, the Undisputed Era just decimating Hansen and Ricochet.
How's it feel?
Strength in numbers. NXT Tag Team Champions teeing off on Ricochet.
Ricochet dropped there.
And by the way, the match War Games yet to officially begin, guys. Look at the punishment being meted out by the Undisputed Era. Teamwork makes the dream work.
I said before, didn't I? By the time this match starts, Ricochet, to all intents and purposes, be useless.
I can't even imagine what it'll be like when all competitors will be in the ring. Based on how it looks right now, it's going to be
the second consecutive win at War Games for Undisputed Era, is what you're saying. If this continues, the onslaught by O'Reilly, Cole, and Strong, and now in less than 10 seconds, we will be even once again in terms of numbers in the ring. Will it be Rowe or Dunn? They're both fighting to get in, and it's going to be Rowe, the other half of the War Raiders.
Well, doesn't that speak volumes? Both men fighting to get in. They hadn't made the decision beforehand.
Like they're not
on the same page.
Well, not like the Undisputed Era, that's for sure, but they better get on the same page in a hurry. It's now Rowe.
Whoa!
Wow, what a suplex.
Look, War Raiders aren't the type of guys that create strategies. They just want to brawl.
Gutbuster into the gut wrench. Oh, forearm by Cole, but Rowe doesn't even flinch. What an explosive psycho knee by Rowe. And look at the striking display of one half of the War Raiders, Rowe.
Oh, but that rear naked sleeper hold there.
O'Reilly training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in his native British Columbia. Whoa!
The thick neck of Ray Rowe protecting himself there. Tucking that chin, protecting the carotid artery.
Rowe scoops up O'Reilly. Hansen puts Strong.
What? Power of Rowe, unbelievable.
Wow! Power bomb, power slam, power War Raiders.
Can you say momentum shift? Look at this. Look at the power of Rowe, of War Raiders, and check out the impact on both Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong.
That's got to be nearly 450 pounds. driven into the mat.
Another tremendous night for NXT TakeOver, currently the #1 trend worldwide, and 5 of the top 10 trends on the planet all have to do with NXT TakeOver War Games, and the sequel already living up to what transpired a year ago.
Look at the face of Adam Cole now.
Look where he's backing up to, right into Ricochet.
Oh, Cole is surrounded.
Uh-oh.
And Cole, Ricochet, pushes him right into the War Raiders.
Right this
battering
way.
ram face first. Into the cage goes Adam Cole.
Well, that's an interesting point, isn't it, about the order of entrance. Yes, if you come in first, you have an advantage, but if you come in second, your man's a lot fresher.
War Raiders enjoy smiting foes on the field of battle.
Ooh. Again, the right arm from Ricochet. Finding a second wind. He may have to find a third and a fourth wind before the end of it. As now the final member of the Undisputed Era will make his way to the ring. No question who it is.
Bobby Fish, who made an instant impact in his return. Bobby Fish is going, and he just locked Pete Dunne. Oh, but Pete Dunne attacking the fingers. What's Bobby Fish doing? Oh. Bobby Fish is supposed to be headed to the War Games, but instead. Bobby,
oh my God,
Fish has locked Pete Dunne in the shark cage, and he's got the key.
Fish used a padlock from his cage to lock the other team's shark cage.
The Undisputed Era began with an advantage. Bobby Fish is ensuring that they may have the advantage for the rest of this match. And remember, what? You gotta be kidding me. He just threw away the key, and guys, Pete Dunne has to make it into the cage in order for War Games to be official, and now Bobby Fish with his trusted chair. Bobby Fish, the chairman of the board of the Undisputed Era.
This is clearly premeditated. What a brilliant plan from the Undisputed Era.
Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly with a concerto on one half of the War Raiders, Hanson. And
we see that time clock in the bottom corner, 2 minutes 50 seconds. But when that runs out, it won't matter.
Pete Dunne can't. Pete Dunne's locked in the cage, and Bobby Fish threw away the key. And until Dunne gets into the mat, it doesn't officially start.
Aaron has all this time with a one-man advantage. What is this team? What is Ricochet?
It's bad enough that they have the numbers advantage. They're each in possession of chairs, and they're using those chairs to destroy their opponents.
Mangling those Undisputed Era chairs.
This is big trouble for Ricochet and War Raiders.
And guys, think about this. If Dunne somehow escapes the cage and gets into the match, it's going to be 4-on-1 because the Undisputed Era's decimating the War Raiders and Ricochet.
And that's what an absolutely brilliant strategy from the Undisputed Era.
Undisputed Era brutalizing Hanson of the War Raiders.
I don't know who came up with it, but they need a medal.
It was obviously premeditated, a plan that had been put into effect. As Rowe gets put through the chair by Roderick Strong. And have we ever seen the Undisputed Era look stronger?
I guess Roderick Strong didn't get all of it, but it doesn't matter because it sure was effective.
And it helps that it's 4-on-3 with the fourth member of the other team in purgatory right now.
Well, we talked about the physicality, the brutality of the War Games matches. We didn't necessarily talk about the intelligence of the teams, and that's been the biggest factor in this match.
That's why the Undisputed Era rose so quickly in the NXT ranks. Oh, wow, almost putting Rowe right through the cage. And again, this match yet to begin officially, and look at the carnage. Bobby Fish, of course, recovering from that leg injury. Was on the shelf for a long period of time, but came back and, well, he made impact with the chair.
Absolutely, and then Ray Rowe, I think, made impact on Bobby Fish's injured leg.
In fact, War Raiders blame Bobby Fish, Percy, for not being the NXT Tag Team Champions. They had a shot at the titles before Bobby Fish made a shocking return.
The time ticking down, but fellas, at this point, it's academic. Hey, obviously, clearly. Oh, they found the key.
Did they?
That was for the original.
That was for the original lock.
Let's see.
My key doesn't work on this one.
He threw the other key. Of course it doesn't. It's the wrong key.
I don't have a key. He doesn't work on it. Let me get.
Pete Dunne is apoplectic. Desperately trying to get out of the cage so we can officially begin War Games, but the other key was thrown away by Bobby Fish, and that may have thrown away the chances of Dunne, Ricochet, and War Raiders in this match.
We need to get some officials out into the NXT universe, see if they can find that key.
They got to stop wasting time and find a way to get Pete Dunne out of there to back his team up, because this is going sideways real quick.
Chance of Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne doing his best to try to break the chains.
They try and get some bolt cutters out there or something. Obviously, no one had any idea that this could have happened.
Last year was Roderick Strong who avalanche German suplexed Adam Cole, but now, wow! Strong with another suplex. Bobby Fish with one. And the Undisputed Era simply laying waste. And Cole mocking the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. Oh man, there's going to be hell to pay.
This freaking show.
Cole saying they run this freaking show. And it appears that the Undisputed Era are running Los Angeles tonight. Wait, Nigel Lewis is their command. They managed to find bolt cutters, and you know Pete Dunne is gonna bolt out of that cage.
But at this juncture, Mara, what's the point?
What's the point? What's the point?
It's gonna be 4-1.
It's the Bruiserweight, the WWE UK champion Pete Dunne, hampered by an injury, dragging himself to the ring.
Dunne's already hobbling down there.
Pete Dunne doesn't care if he only had one leg. He'd still be trying to get
look at
that ring.
O'Reilly trying to keep Dunne from entering the cage. Oh, the kendo stick. Pete Dunne came to play as well. Oh, and wrapping the knuckles of Fish and O'Reilly, and Cole now trying to thwart Dunne's entrance.
Wait a second.
And remember, when Pete Dunne officially enters the cage, War Games will officially begin, and that is why Undisputed Era doing their best to keep him out.
Well, Dunne doing the right thing, trying to get some help.
Ricochet on the top. Ricochet wipes out Undisputed Era, and it's a brand new ball game here at War Games.
The Era was so focused on Dunne on the outside. That gave Ricochet the chance to recuperate.
And Dunne looking to take out the garbage in the form of Undisputed Era, and yet he's still yet to officially enter the ring so we can officially begin War Games.
The United Kingdom champion Pete Dunne.
Here we go.
Raising the stakes.
Dunne bringing in the heavy artillery. He would like to set a table for four. All four members of the Undisputed Era, that is. And all hell is about to break loose. Bedlam about to break out. Pete Dunne's not finished. He's the moving man. Introducing another table. Pete Dunne on the steps, grabs a hold of the kendo stick, and he's in the ring. Let the War Games begin. Pete Dunne going to town on Roderick Strong with the kendo stick. Ooh. The #1 trend worldwide all night long, NXT TakeOver. And
War Games now officially started.
if anyone leaves the cage during the match, that Superstars team will automatically lose. When someone is pinned or made to submit, War Games is over.
Ricochet and the War Raiders have made an astonishing recovery. Where are they finding this energy from? Uh-oh.
Oh, wow, and Undisputed Era on the receiving end of this onslaught.
Well, this hard to watch.
Ricochet slamming the kendo stick down across the back of Riley. Lands hard on that partition in between the two rings.
Still good between the rings.
Apologies to David Beckham. It's bended like a cruiserweight.
He done doing what he does best. Watch this.
Dunn may be a vegan, but he has a propensity for finger food, especially when it's his opponent's digits. And it's all Ricochet, War Raiders, and Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne has changed the complexion of this match.
You are not kidding. The numbers are equal. But if you take a look at the ring, the Undisputed Era's opponents.
The manipulation of Kyle O'Reilly's joints, courtesy of Pete Dunne. And that will affect the grip of Kyle O'Reilly.
Let's remember now, at any point this match could end with a pinfall or submission. X-Plex.
X-Plex strong on O'Reilly, but the knee by Cole. And now Adam Cole with an opportunity to get the Undisputed Era back into this War Games match. Remember, it was Cole that captured the victory for the Undisputed Era last year. Oh, O'Reilly.
Then he got hit in the head with it.
And he just did, courtesy of Hansen. Wanton behavior.
Oh, what an incredible flagrant show of brutality.
Oh, and now Hansen taking out Adam Cole with the trash can. And the tandem offense of the War Raiders!
Taking punishment to give punishment.
And boy, did they do a number on that trash can.
Look at this, full steam ahead with Adam Cole trapped inside.
What the? War Raiders are psyching themselves up, and
what is
Hansen
this?
has row up, and Hansen body slams the bigger, or make that row body slams Hansen on Kyle O'Reilly.
Lower back at Hansen ramming into that steel girder. Somehow, adrenaline not feeling it.
War Raiders more than happy to join the raid of War Games.
Nasty landing. High and across the back.
And again, the cover, oh! And Bobby Fish with the presence of mind to keep War Games going.
Not for much longer.
And again, War Raiders dead open. Oh my, that garbage can just bounced off the cranium of Hansen. And now it's Fish and O'Reilly.
Road fighting 2-on-1, not much longer he can withstand that sort of offense.
And the pack mentality here by the Undisputed Era, Fish and O'Reilly. A dominant tag team for many years. It was Fish and O'Reilly who won the NXT Tag Team titles over Sanity last year.
Tides are turned yet again. It's looking like all Undisputed Era here. Only one standing is Ricochet.
Ricochet now in the fireman's carry of Roderick Strong. On a backstabber by Adam Cole, realigning the spine of Ricochet.
And of course, tomorrow night at Survivor Series is the battle for brand supremacy. Tonight, the Undisputed Era have War Games supremacy on mine.
Pete Dunne surveying the landscape, the dangerous landscape. Surrounded, and Pete Dunne, the cruiserweight, showcasing his fighting heart.
Dunn trying to fire the first volley, but never going to have the better of 4 men.
But he just got the better of Cole, and he just got the better of Fish, and he just got the better of Strong. You were saying, Nigel McGuinness.
Let me take those words back.
Oh! And Zagiri catches O'Reilly. Rolling into the knee bar. And looking for that ankle.
Don't forget the match could end at any point. If Bobby Fish submits, this is the end. This could be the end.
The surgically repaired leg of Bobby Fish.
Fish writhing in agony.
Dunn taking out all 4 members of Era.
For the victory, but Kyle O'Reilly able to short circuit that submission attempt. And O'Reilly now with the chain.
Where did that come from? Well, I suppose it doesn't matter where it came from. It only matters where it is in the hands of Kyle O'Reilly. And now around the ankle of Pete Dunne.
And remember, Dunne also injured in that brouhaha to close out NXT TV this past week, and O'Reilly looking to exploit that on Dunne's injured leg, but Dunne doing his best to fight up, and he's manipulating the joints of O'Reilly. Now to the Kimura. And the chain wrapped around that hand.
Look at the way Dunne's holding a finger. He's got the chain.
Power of O'Reilly, and the chair shot from Fish onto the injured leg of Pete Dunne. And O'Reilly continues to wrap the chain around the injured leg of Pete Dunne.
Ankle.
Dunne needs some help. He needs his guys.
Ankle lock.
He needs his guys.
A submission.
Will Dunne tap.
Great victory to the Undisputed Era.
Look at Undisputed Era fending off anybody else from preventing this. Will we see a tap?
Era's trying to put up a wall so the rest of the team can't get over in and help out Pete Dunne.
Through the veins of Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne now. Oh, wow. Pete Dunne now being double teamed by Strong and O'Reilly. Strong using the chair.
How can Dunne withstand much longer? How can Dunne survive?
Flying through the air as only he can do. Oh, but a chair to the midsection by Strong.
How on earth did Pete Dunne hang on?
Oh, big back body drop sent Strong into the other ring. And it's just complete carnage here at the Staples Center. Bodies lying all over both rings. The only man standing is Hanson of the War Raiders. And now, while O'Reilly was standing momentarily.
Like the scene out of an apocalypse. Bodies strewn everywhere.
O'Reilly and Strong perched on the top turnbuckle by the War Raiders. And they are working in synergy. Oh, but Adam Cole blasts Hanson in the back.
Vicious kick by Ricochet.
It is so hard to get a pinfall or submission, and there are so many other competitors in the ring that can interfere and break it up.
Oh, what a shot by Pete Dunne.
What that means is you have to completely wear out every member of your opposing team.
And I think we are very near to that point.
How is Pete Dunne
Ricochet,
back on the top rope?
Pete Dunne.
This man isn't human.
Unbelievable hysteria, Mamma Mia, Ricochet, and Pete Dunne. Going for the cup. Oh! To your point, Nigel, great opportunity there by Ricochet.
Tandem offense right here by both Ricochet and United Kingdom champion Pete Dunne.
We saw Dunne there grabbing at the knee, couldn't pin, make a pinfall attempt afterwards.
And now, War Raiders momentarily bridging the two rings with the table. But the amount of punishment that all 8 Warriors have absorbed, how much is left in this, the soul-stealing structure that is War Games? A match that alters careers. And Hanson punching Adam Cole.
The legs gave way. But that doesn't mean Hanson can't put it back up and inflict more punishment.
Even the hardware has been subjected to its abuse here in what has been A titanic struggle here
Oh,
in
no.
War Games. Oh, wow.
Cole trying to get away. He got caught. Fighting for his life.
Oh, but Cole pop up into the power slam. War Raiders now Hanson goes for the
Here we
cover.
go.
War Raiders. Oh, O'Reilly with the chair to the back of Hanson. And now Rowe looking again, but Bobby Fish behind him with a kendo stick, crashing it across the back.
Rowe was aware at the last second.
Oh! And Rowe just got put through the table. And the vestiges of battle all over the bodies, the welts, the bruising.
Listen to the impact. Driving Rowe through the table.
Bobby Fish blasts Rowe through the table. And now Adam Cole unloads on Ricochet. The first team to score a pinfall or submission will be claimed the victors of War Games.
Well, it's back to the two men that started the War Games match, Ricochet and Adam Cole.
It wasn't the official War Games match. They started the first sequence here to get things going at Staples Center. Adam Cole and Ricochet have been in there longer than any other superstar, and now Cole tied to the Tree of Woe, but it's O'Reilly that thwarts the attack of Ricochet for a moment anyway.
Look at the fight of Ricochet staying alive.
Got to give it to Ricochet. Remember how much punishment he absorbed for the early part of this match.
But if anyone that has a second, third, or maybe even fourth win is this man right here, Ricochet.
But it speaks volumes, doesn't it, about what a great strategy it was to put Ricochet in first.
The blood rushing to the head of Adam Cole as he continues to be tied to the Tree of Woe. And Roderick Strong with a jumping knee to the jaw of Ricochet. And now the triangle being employed by O'Reilly on the table on Ricochet. If Ricochet taps, the War Games match is over.
Was that? Uh-oh.
Oh no, Hanson. Hanson on one leg jumps across. And Hanson wipes out O'Reilly. War Raiders almost won War Games for their team. Wow. What a splash through the table as Hanson makes a big splash at War Games. And the carnage speaks for itself.
Hey guys, look at this Hanson from War Raiders trying to put this thing away. Look at the distance covered by the big man.
Used the ropes from the other ring. And were it not for Roderick Strong, the savior of the Undisputed Era, this terrible match would be over.
All 8 NXT superstars struggling, trying to find it within their soul, within their mind, how they can do the next to impossible. Somehow, some way, find a way to claim victory for their team in this battle for the ages. Cole, the only one on his feet, and he's barely hanging on, using the ropes. It was Adam Cole that earned the victory in the first War Games match last year with the last shot at Adam Cole.
Wait, what?
If Adam Cole escapes and if Adam Cole lands on the floor or Ricochet, their team loses. What are they doing?
Well, that can't be what Adam Cole had in mind.
There's no way.
I wonder what he had in mind. Oh, wow.
Perhaps was looking for some offensive maneuver, and he may, unfortunately, be on the receiving end of one now.
Ricochet and Cole in the most perilous position you can be in here at War Games, the top of the cage.
You think back over the annals of sports entertainment, the damage that we've seen.
And remember, Roderick Strong.
Oh
wait, they're going to push Ricochet off the cage. Ricochet falls to the outside. Undisputed Era wins.
This is genius again. You know what Cole did? He went up top to bait Ricochet up there, knowing he could throw Ricochet out and win the match. That's absolute genius. Tell me I'm a liar.
Cole, Dunn, Strong, and Ricochet on the fence. You're absolutely right, Nigel, but look where Cole finds himself. They're all in a perilous position. They were in a perilous position when they signed to compete at War Games.
Oh, look at the knee of Pete Dunne, the right knee that was injured.
And look at how Pete Dunne has Adam Cole hooked, though. Set him up for a suplex. This could be bad.
The numbers continue to grow. Oh, wow. Oh, this is not going to end well for Adam Cole. Bobby Fish.
Look at this.
Fish trying to choke out Hansen, but what the?
Look at this.
My God! What in the hell was that? Incredible!
Hey guys, this is... This is War Games. Prepare to expect the unexpected. Bodies just sprawled out all over the place. One more time.
And the best view in the house belonged to Ricochet.
An avalanche of humanity.
An avalanche indeed, as Ricochet on the top of the cage beginning to stir as the 7 other superstars trying desperately to get to their feet. What is Ricochet thinking?
Oh, no. No.
Don't tell me Ricochet, the preeminent high flyer.
Showtime, baby.
Cirque du Ricochet in full effect. And he has wrecked the rest of the competition. But did he wreck himself as well? Incredible athleticism. Mama effing Mia, can you believe what we are witnessing here tonight at War Games?
The North American champion said if he gets to the top of this cage, it would get crazy. And he fulfilled his promise, because that was absolutely insane.
A different angle. The spin, the rotation.
This is a man that can fly, doesn't need a cape, doesn't need wings. X marks the spot. Ricochet takes out everybody.
Rotation, moonsault, and the look on the NXT Universe faces say it all. There is only one and only Ricochet, the NXT North American champion.
Now both teams, by osmosis,
both teams brutalizing each other, Nigel.
Forming.
And it's time to regroup for both. The Undisputed Era, the War Raiders, Ricochet and Pete Dunne.
All 8 gladiators.
And it is ridiculous, if you ask me, the fact that all 8 are standing.
A line drawn in the sand.
Wow, a classic standoff here at War Games.
A steel girder between armies. Here we go!
War Games is about to be taken to the next level.
You think this is your time?
Trench warfare! It's trench warfare! And all hell has broken loose at War Games!
An alleyway of brutality. Who came out on top? I don't know.
Well, it's Rowe who's standing for the moment before he gets taken down by a desperate Bobby Fish. And after all of this, we are back to even terms, you guys. It has been an astounding display. Rowe manhandling Bobby Fish and just destroying his jaw with that knee, and the War Raiders now setting up Bobby Fish. Fall out! And O'Reilly, though, quick to grab the neck of Rowe, but here comes Strong! And Strong blasted Rowe with the kick!
High-low combination took down Rowe. Here's Hansen.
It's the last stand for the Undisputed Era!
You see Hansen just run right through.
Double back elbow! Come on! Hansen with a handspring double back elbow! I know it's a nightmare for those involved, but I must be dreaming, because I can't believe what we are seeing! Double! Adam Cole blocked! manipulates the toes and then the fingers.
There it is.
Looking for the, oh, what a counter into the DDT by Adam Cole. And there it is, Adam Cole. Looking to put Pete Dunne away with the last shot. Is it a repeat? Is it a repeat? Adam Cole's exposed his knee. Adam Cole looking to send the Undisputed Era to victory, but now Pete Dunne. And will it be the bitter end of this brutal battle? Ricochet flying through the air. And both Ricochet and Dunne go cover, they win. They win. Wow.
Your winners, the team of the War Raiders, the NXT North American Champion Ricochet, and the WWE United Kingdom Champion, Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne and Ricochet both pin Adam Cole. And a standing ovation here from the 13,600 in attendance at the Staples Center, witnessing another brutal chapter of NXT history.
What an incredible match.
And none of these superstars will ever be the same physically, mentally, spiritually. And now, Ricochet and Pete Dunne collect their wares. They both pinned Adam Cole. But you know they have unfinished business as well. Involved in the first champion versus championship match that was spoiled by the Undisputed Era. But a look and a show of respect.
Unbelievable display of physicality in this match. Both teams giving of their body and their soul. Here, Pop-Up Power Slam took down Cole. And if it wasn't for the save, the match would have been over at that point.
Look at Bobby Fish just coming downhill on Rowe, planting Rowe through the table. And you talking about teams laying their bodies on the line to walk out of here to be able to say they were the winners of the War Games match.
Hook of the leg, and it was Roderick Strong who would come to the save with a trash can. And then look at this.
Sensational spectacle. Cirque du Ricochet. The NXT cheat code.
Full strike, everyone down, and then it looked like Adam Cole would repeat history and win War Games again, but instead, he would get caught first by Dunne. Boom! Bitter end in the center. And then out of nowhere, 450 splash. Cole no way of protecting himself. And both Dunne and Ricochet covering Cole for the win.
Yeah, Ricochet and Dunne both found an opportunity, found success by putting their differences aside for the night. And now they can both stand tall. Winners.
An amazing night of NXT action culminates with another wild War Games in which the War Raiders, along with Pete Dunne and Ricochet, stand tall. The Undisputed Era's win streak at War Games is over. It's Survivor, survival of the fittest, Survivor Series weekend.